Hello everyone, what is up? This is Major League Gaming. Welcome back to another video. So as you all know by now, it's been like almost a year now since the Nintendo Switch 2 came out. And I definitely would like to say that while I will admit that the system does have its flaws, there are some good things about it that I should probably address to you guys. However, I'm not really convinced myself that I can actually recommend the system to you guys, because it's very expensive right now, and it's not something that I suggest people should buy at this very moment. However, I do want to show off my Switch in this video as a way to show how much I've been liking the system and talk about what I don't like about it. So here we have the Nintendo Switch 2 in my hand here. Now the first thing you're probably going to notice that the Joy-Con attached to my Switch 2 are customized. These shells are from ExtremeRate.com. If you guys want to get some customizable shells for your Joy-Con 2, I'll have a link to their website in the description for you guys. I'm not sponsored by them, but I love their products. The Joy-Con shells that they offer make everyone's controllers look more stylish and more playful in that sense. Okay, so back here, up over here, we have the game card slot, as you can see here, and on the top we have a USB-C port. If you're playing on the go, you can plug in your USB-C plug up here, and you can let your Switch charge while you play your games. It makes it a lot easier. And of course, you have the vents. You also have the headphone jack over here, and the power button and volume buttons over here. And just like the Switch 1, you got a USB-C port down here, so that way you can plug this thing into the dock. So overall, I can definitely say that the system definitely feels a lot solid. Let me give you guys a closer look at the Joy-Con here. This Joy-Con is supposed to look more like the Super NES European version. I just love the colorful buttons. All right, now let me show you more about the Joy-Con 2. What I like and don't like. I'm going to show you guys the black ones by default here. Now I will say that these controllers feel comfortable in my hands because my hands are so big. The Joy-Con ones from the Switch 2 are very tiny compared to these. My only complaint though is that the game chat button to me is useless because I don't really have a means to use it right now. If I do have a chance to use it in the future, I might show it off. But as of right now, I don't. But other than that, though, these are really not too different from the Joy-Con ones from the original Nintendo Switch. However, I do want to point out though that the control sticks on here have much better durability. As a matter of fact, these things never drift at all. I've had these things for like a year now, and I never had my control sticks drift on me even once, which is great. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys a game on here real quick. That way, I can demonstrate how some games operate on the Switch 2. So let's go ahead and get to it. So the game I'll be showing up in this video to demonstrate how powerful the Switch 2 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This game especially majorly benefits from the Switch 2's power. So it really takes advantage of the power itself of the Switch 2. It loads up very, very fast. As you can see, it loaded up very quick compared to the Switch 1. I don't have footage of this game for the Switch 1, to be honest with you, so I can't really do a comparison video for this. However, if we choose a character to battle, let me demonstrate to you guys real quick. So we get our stage put together here. I want to select my character. I'm going to go with Link because he's my He's my hero, and my main character, in other words. And we'll do Dark Link. This is just for example. So once we get the battle booted up, it only took like half a second for the battle to begin. As you can see here, this is like the fastest loading time I've ever seen for a hybrid console. So this is really great to say at the very least, and I'm really proud of how powerful this thing is. but then again, you know, despite the fact that it has such bad battery life, the Nintendo Switch 2 is pretty solid for the most part. The other thing I do have to complain about as well. I mean, it's not a big deal to me, but it is to a lot of people though. Like when it comes to buying physical games, you're not really allowed to buy used physical games by any means whatsoever, because what will happen is that if you buy a used game like from GameStop or somewhere as such, the game will not work, and your Switch 2 system will be banned online permanently just because of that. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think that was pretty foolish of Nintendo to do, but then again, I only buy my games digitally, so I really can't say much about the physical part of it. But if you guys know what I mean, you know, great. Besides what you guys have seen, I do want to say, just to shed some light on the situation here, that if you guys have Joy-Con 1s and Switch 1 Pro controllers with you, those will work with the Switch 2 console. I repeat, your old Switch controllers will work with the Switch 2 console. If it's third party, however, that could be an issue. But yeah, you know, if you have some old Switch 1 controllers of any sort, you can use those for your Switch 2. So you'll be saving yourself a lot of money. So really, in the end, all you really have to pay for is like the upgrade, maybe like another pair of Joy-Con 2 if you really need to. It's just that, unfortunately, though, the only problem that I have is that the Joy-Con 2 that originally came up with for the Switch have like, it's just one color. I mean, I don't really like controllers that have such like one color. There's like no personality. I'd rather have something like this over here, where there's like more personality in your controller. Like, really, Nintendo, why didn't you make this in the first place? That's really your fault to begin with. But I digress. I'm not going to complain too much about it. You know, the Switch 2, ironically, sold pretty well. Like after several months of like coming out, which is amazing. I was worried that, well, I mean, it's still struggling with in terms of like selling new games for it. But I mean, I can't really say much about that either, because I haven't bought any new games so far. The only new game that I've gotten as of recently was Trails of Cold Steel 4 for the Switch 1 on the eShop. It was on sale for $20 as of right now, so thank God for that. Yeah, that's the system for you. If you guys want to switch to, I mean, you guys may want to consider the price of right now, or like just like really think ahead of it. This is Major League Gaming logging out. Thank you guys for tuning in.